Well, I can answer as I work for Priest for Life, a Catholic organization. I'm director of civil rights, and I'm a Protestant. However, Priest for Life is a premier, the largest probably Catholic pro-life organization in the country. And so Priests for Life pushes the Catholic community. And sometimes the Catholic community pushes back because the Catholic community, beyond once a year, which is Pro Life Sunday, they don't want to deal with it anymore. So Priests for Life is always out there in your face to do it. And the same thing with people like me as a Protestant evangelist.
I think we need to do
But
pastors for life.
and you should, but now this particular election season, there have been many evangelical groups and some Catholic groups who are sending letters, they're signing, they're adding abortion in at the top of the list, and it has expanded in this election season like never before in a long time.
Expanded meaning we're against it.
So we're against it. That abortion is wrong. That it's wrong to kill a baby.
Yes.
And this is the first time
Yeah,
since Roe versus Wade
what
passed.
happened? What is it about this time? I'm noticing that there's a fire and there's what's going on. Are we
I think that we're feeling the fire. I think we're feeling the heat.
Prayer is stirring it up. Prayer is actually stirring it up.
And I think people are also becoming more aware. I think of Dietrich Bonhoeffer when he was preaching about the Nazis, and he says, they came for the Jews, and I wasn't a Jew, so I didn't object. And they came for the blacks, and I wasn't a black. And he kept going on. They go,
Gypsies,
they came for me, and there was nobody left.
Nobody there to help me.
And so, as Christians, they started touching on to some of us very key core values for our Christian identity.
Yeah.
And now they're getting closer and closer to core values, and Christians are going, hey.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait a minute.
I've been distracted, right? you got life, you got kids. You're thinking about prosperity. We're all distracted by other theologies and neologies. But this year, for some reason, what I realized was that if you don't fight on this issue, nothing else makes sense. You could fight about black economic justice. You could fight about we need better health care. But if this is foundational, right? This is conception. This is the beginning of life. And really, I think the underlying issue here is this. This is the thrust of it, right? You talk about a democratic social philosophy that is really based on humanism versus a political social philosophy that's based on God, like one nation under God. And what I realize is this issue is a symptom of an underlying issue, which is basically, where does your ethics come from? Who is your moral authority? Is it Jesus? Is it Scripture? Is it God? Because if it is, then you should be engaged in this issue and not put it to the back burner and say, well, we lost Roe versus Wade. Hopefully one day and that's why I don't see evangelicals and Catholics no longer really engaged in the political fight either, locally, nationally, and yeah. You're about to say something.
Yeah, statistics shows that. The Pew Research Center put out a survey back in 2013 where more people now are viewing abortion within the church as not morally wrong, but not a moral issue, So you have more people in our country who are sadly, leaving the church. So we have
the duns and the nuns.
We have an opportunity, for pastors to engage their congregations.
Pastors are leaving the church.
I know, everybody's leaving the church.
Their bodies are there in the pulpit, but their minds and hearts are there.
I'm just going to give you an example from 2013. Why evangelical Protestant, 75, morally wrong, thought that abortion was wrong. Hispanic Catholic, 64. Black Protestant, 58%. White Catholic, 53%. And unaffiliated, 25%. So we definitely have a moral case that we're losing in the church, and people are going, where do we go? Where is the guide? If we're not talking about it in our churches, where are they going to go to? And so there is a vacuum of nobody talking about this issue. And so, to my Catholic friends,
Hollywood's picking up on it a little bit.
Oh yeah, they are. They're swinging. They're swinging back another way. Praise God. But there's not only a vacuum in the church. For those of us that are children of immigrants, or that are immigrants ourselves, what you talked about is so true. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know about you guys. So 5 out of 7 of us here are children of immigrants or immigrants ourselves. And that's
I'm an illegal alien. Trump's gonna deport me.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's not the stuff you talk about in your home. Yeah. And so what parents don't understand is if you're not talking about it, either because you don't know or because you're sheltering your child, is you are surrendering your right to influence your child in that area. Mm-hmm. Then you send them off to these, what did you call them, democratic socialist institutions?
Yeah.
The schools, the public schools. And they begin to not only teach these kids how to read and write and do math, but they teach these kids how to think, what to think. They're shaping morality. There's a educational philosophy called Reconstructivism. And one of the things it does is it came about when we had a high immigrant population, and they said, how can we get all these immigrants to act right? Because they're coming in here and they have all these different moral codes. Okay, we're going to do school, public school. We're going to make it free. Yeah. And we're going to teach the kids how to say may I instead of can I. How to say please and thank you. And when's the right time to smile and not smile. How to look someone in the eye when you're speaking. Which in Haitian culture, it's actually rude to look an adult in the eye when they're instructing you on something. Right. You're supposed to cast. Asian culture, do not, you know what I mean? Things like that. We're stripping them of their culture. When we did that, the parents didn't recognize there was a battle they lost. You see it so many times. Kids go away to college. They go to take philosophy 101. They come back and they say, my parents are idiots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just an example of there's a vacuum in the church. There's also a vacuum in the family. Yeah. That we've forgotten that our responsibility is to shape every aspect of our child's character.